Most everyone wants to live as long as possible. There are many stories of legendary elders who far exceeded a person's typical lifespan. What's interesting is that many of them actually lived in the very recent past. In today's video, I will share stories of the oldest known people on the planet. Gertrude Weaver. Gertrude was born in Arkansas, USA in 1898. Only one of her 4 children, Joe, lived long enough to celebrate her 116th birthday. He was 93 years old at the time. At 104, Gertrude moved into a nursing home after injuring her hip. That's where she died in 2015. She had no chronic diseases, didn't drink or smoke. According to Gertrude, the secret to her longevity was faith in God, hard work, and love. The story of this monk surprised many TikTok users. According to videos published on the platform, the man was 163 years old at the time of his death. Shortly before his death, he revealed the secret to his longevity. According to the man, the reason was frequent meditation, calmness, and self-control. Although there might be some truth to the video, some of it did turn out to be fake. At the very least, a person cannot physically live to such an old age. The monk was likely over 100 years old, but it was doubtful that he was 160. Walter Breuning. Walter Breuning was born in 1896. He is yet another person who was a lifelong smoker, but magically remained healthy and unfazed. According to him, he gave up the harmful hobby after celebrating his 100th birthday, but only because cigars became too expensive. On his 108th birthday, however, he was given so many gifts that Walter could not resist and returned to that beloved, albeit very harmful, activity. He lived until the age of 114 and remained of sound mind and memory until his death. Chitetsu Watanabe. This man was born on March 5, 1907, to a family of farmers. At the age of 20, he moved to Taiwan, where he spent 18 years before returning to Japan. After retirement, he lived with his son's family until the age of 108, after which he moved into a nursing home. We are talking about one of the oldest men in Japan, Chitetsu Watanabe. Just 11 days before his death, the Guinness Book of Records identified him as the oldest living resident of Japan. Up next is Bessie Cooper. This woman lived until 115. When Bessie was 67, she became a widow. She led a very active lifestyle until the age of 105, which involved working on a farm. Bessie avoided unhealthy foods and alcohol. In general, she had a very calm lifestyle. Now I'll tell you about another Japanese individual, a woman named Nabi Tajima. She was born in a Japanese village in 1900. She set the record for being the last living person to be born in the 19th century. Think about this woman's family tree for a second. In 2017, she had about 170 descendants. The woman loved to eat ramen noodles and mackerel sushi. Her lifestyle, combined with a lot of luck, allowed her to live until 2018, at which point she passed away at the age of 117. Our next hero is the 120-year-old Indian man named Dharam Pal Singh. The man dedicated his life to running. According to him, he has been running since childhood and never intends to give up the activity. Even his, to put it mildly, advanced age does not bother him. According to him, it is possible thanks to a strict diet. Also, the man never smokes or drinks. And this is Chiyo Miyako, one of the oldest people on the planet. She lived in the city of Yokohama. As a young woman, she did a lot of sports, with special emphasis on skiing and gymnastics. Even at the age of 110, she was still able to use her skis. As you can see, most of the people who lived to a very old age were active in childhood and took care of their health most of their lives. Christian Mortensen. Our next hero was born in 1882. When he died, he had the longest verified lifespan. According to him, the secret to his longevity was excellent cigars, friends, avoiding alcohol, singing, and drinking high-quality water in large quantities. And now we'll talk about Tekla Juniewicz, who was the longest living person in the history of Poland. At the time of her death, she was the second oldest person in Europe and the world. Just imagine, a woman who was alive in August 2022 was also alive when the Titanic set sail. That is just crazy. Susanna Mushat-Jones. Susanna Mushat-Jones had been an avid fan of bacon her entire life. In addition, she clearly had a great sense of humor. When asked, "What is the secret to your longevity?" she would always reply that she was single her entire life, so there was nobody to get on her nerves. In addition, she never drank alcohol, never smoked, never wore makeup, and never dyed her hair. After retiring, Susanna liked to sleep 10 hours a night and take several naps during the day. It is also known that she loved mint gum. She would usually chew 4 or even 5 pieces at one time. The next woman was born at the end of the 19th century. She was extremely sociable, positive, and cheerful throughout her entire life. We're talking about an Italian woman named Emma Morano. The woman led a very healthy way of life. Even in old age, she wouldn't let herself do anything unhealthy. Her only indulgence was sweets. She liked chocolate and would let herself have small quantities of grappa, an Italian grape vodka. This interesting lifestyle allowed the woman to live till the age of 117. Jiroemon Kimura. This Japanese man is among the oldest men in history. He believed that the secret to longevity lies in physical activity and a moderate diet. He believed that the key was not denying yourself unhealthy food, but rather to consume them in moderation. Jiroemon worked at the local post office for most of his life. After retirement, he became a farmhand. He used to wake up early in the morning, read newspapers, and watch parliamentary debates on TV. The man believed that the main reason he was able to live for such a long time was his family that remained by his side throughout all of his 116 years. And now I will tell you about a man who lived for a long time even by the standards of this video. I'm talking about Mbah Gotho, a man who claimed to have lived to be 146 years old. This Indonesian man is likely the oldest person in the world. Surprisingly, all his official documentation confirms this fact. According to his passport, Mbah Gotho was born in 1870. What's more surprising is that he didn't lead the healthiest of lifestyles. He saw no issues with smoking if he felt like it, and in general, didn't deny himself anything. The only catch is that the documents with dates of birth began to be issued in Indonesia only in 1900. At the time, it was very common to make errors on official papers. As such, it is impossible to verify the authenticity of the man's age. Friends, that's all for today. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.